Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining me on today's episode. We're going to be looking at the four precious metals. We've got silver, platinum, gold, palladium. And then we're also going to be looking at some crypto. Crypto seems to be in a bit of green today, so we're going to be taking a look at that. Precious metals are pretty much down through platinum, silver, gold, and palladium. And I've got four articles for us to have a look at. And then today we're also going to be taking a look at the tokenomics. Part 2. So for those that missed part 1, in the description you'll see the link in there for Block Geeks. That is a channel I've been looking at, and they go into fairly good detail as to what Bitcoin is and tokenomics, and explaining it pretty well. So you're welcome to click on that. You'll also see a link there for Coinbase, which you're more than welcome to. If you think you're starting an account, you can use that link, which will take you straight to Coinbase, and you can set up an account. And then of course you can earn free crypto as well. They've got various videos for you to have a look at, and learning about crypto and getting money for it. So it's entirely up to yourself whether you'd want to do that, of course. Anyway, let's get things started. So we've got a few people in already. We've got Silver Junkie. Hey man, how you doing? Good to see you. Says, do you think silver will keep coming down? We're looking at the silver chart right now. And basically what we're seeing in this market is we are seeing some profit taking. But I do have an article for us to have a look at in regards to some US data that came through that seems to have had an effect on gold, which has probably spilled over to silver. So we'll also take a look at that, Silver Junkie, in regards to that. I very much doubt it's going to be headed down. Personally, there's currently in the last hour there is a green spike. We got a green candle there that's forming. It's constantly up and down. So there's a fair amount of sellers still in the market. However, the bulls are pushing back. Silver price 1636 currently, and it was at a low of 1630. So currently 6 cents above that. We're still in we're having an interesting day. Let's put it that way. Let's have a look at the hourly, see how we are looking. We're still looking very good in regards to the way this is performing, or the way silver is performing. So again, we're still in that uptrend. I don't really foresee any form of change. RPM Limited has just dropped in. I made it for the start of your live stream. I've been listening for 30 minutes behind for last week. I'm a new subscriber. Really appreciate this channel. Well, thanks very much, RPM. Awesome, man. I always appreciate good feedback like that. Thank you very much. Yeah, glad. It's awesome. It's awesome you're here. Thank you. My name is Richard from RPM Limited. Okay, cool, Richard. Thank you very much. We got Popzilla. Popzilla's just dropped in as well. Hey, man. Thumbs up. Great stuff. If you guys like the video as well, always glad to have you guys here. Thanks, Popzilla and RPM Limited, as well as Silver Junkie. For those listening, thank you very much for listening. Right, this is silver on the daily. So we've got a nice red candle. Now, guys, don't forget, in regards to the way silver has performed, we've got a lot of green candles here. So we haven't had much. We've only had 2 red days currently. So, don't be too alarmed with this. It's still pretty good in regards to the way silver's performing. We need to have we need to have these pullbacks. It's a reflection on a healthy market. So just keep that in mind. I haven't done any new ascending wedges yet because we're not really having any issues. We're sort of just pointed upwards. So I'm not really going to do any wedges. I'm going to see how it pans out. We're still looking good, so we're tracking well there. Platinum as well had an excellent day yesterday. It's also had a pullback. We're at $868 per ounce. So it has had pretty much the last 8 hours. It's been in the red. However, we're still above our ascending wedge here. So there's our breakout right here. So we just need to either pop up. We'll pretty much be doing that over the next few days anyway. So pretty much by next week, we should see a nice recovery. And obviously before the weekend, it'd be great to have a reversal. But we're going to take a look at some articles anyway. We'll have a look through that as well. John RMS is here. John, good to see you, my friend. Popsicle says, what? I don't have a wrench. I've got too many people that have got wrenches at the minute, Popsicle. But if any of them, if I don't see any particular ones of my mods around, I'll be sure to make a plan for you there. But thanks very much. Right, so platinum at $868. That's pretty much we've pretty much reversed all our gains from wouldn't say all our gains from yesterday, but we're about halfway through. However, the bulls are fighting back. We had a high there of $873 an ounce. So again, I more than likely will be looking for some sort of pull up as well, pretty much by the end of the day. If we look at gold, gold's had an interesting one. We've fallen back into this sort of wedge. I mean, still looking pretty good, but if we look at the hourly, we're in a descending wedge. So I'll show you that in a sec. So gold currently $1,413, so it's down quite considerably since yesterday. It's down $11. So if we look into the hourly, we're still going to be in that channel. Yeah, that's our descending wedge channel. So there's our resistance. And there's our support level. So what I'm looking for a low area. There we go. So something like that. Take it from a different angle. So I can start here. I want to leave it in that place. So we do have a descending wedge forming. Now it is quite a tight formation, so more than likely we're going to see some action around this level for gold. However, it's pretty much we're in the 1 hour here at the minute. So if we look at a bit further afield, we're going to see our descending wedge really take shape here. So we're going to select it from that high over there, and it's going to hit that part right there. So what we'll do is I'm going to remove these two here. Therefore, it doesn't look that too confusing. But however, we are in the descending wedge, so it's trying to break out at that angle. It was actually slightly lower, so there was an attempt at breakout. I'm just trying to think exactly where it was. I think it was around here initially, if I'm not mistaken. So there was an attempt at breakout. However, it was immediately rejected, and then we fell further down. So that's where I'm going to leave that resistance chart there. We've got Starbucks. We've got Starbuck Jeff N Coins. How are you doing? John RMS, hey buddy, Ether is starting to get up there, make some profits. I know, yeah, we've had a bit of a turnaround on Ethereum there, but we're definitely going to take a look. So I'm going to just move this over here. Cheerio says, Mr. Popzilla. I said, what? I don't have a wrench. There we go. How's it going? I'm good, thanks to yourself, Starbuck Jeff. Hope all is well on your side. Let me have a hammer on the shovel at least. I use a pitchfork. There's an anchor for you. That's from Starbuck Jeff. Michael Kittle Rare Coins is saying hello to everybody as well. Right. So pretty much we'll see a recovery in this as we tend to get closer to that announcement about the Fed rate cuts. Just drawing our support line. So that's more than likely where our support is going to be. That's our support trending line there. So still far away from it, but we're on our way down. So more than likely we might hold in this position. We have to wait and see. I'll have a look at the support in a moment. Let's have a look at the support for gold currently at, let me just put this down here. Okay, so gold's quite different in regards to the silver chart. The silver chart's had like 2 days in the red. Gold's had quite a few in the last week. 1, 2, 3. There's at least 3 and fairly large ones too. So let's take a look through. Where is our support level? Well, interesting enough, our support level is not in this area. So it could be that maybe they want to try and aim higher to this level here, the 1425, but we're still below that, which means we might see a lower price for gold. If I look here, possibly the 1405 level would make a lot more sense in regards to buying, because we've got strong buying here, strong buying there, strong buying there. We've also got strong buying there too. However, in this area here, we've got a lot of selling. We've got selling there, selling there, selling there, selling there, selling there, selling there, selling there. So I wouldn't be comfortable at that level being an area of support just yet. I'd say it looks better at around the 1405 level, which is around here somewhere. However, will we see gold drop that low? Well, that depends. Today we've got quite a significant amount of bull and bears, and the bull and the bears are in the market today. We've had a low of, let's have a look there. What have we had? A low of 14.11. So they are trying to pull that price down, and then it's, if we have like that 14.11, I'm still not convinced on that level either. Oh, we had a high there of 14.33. Just checking the chats here, so let's have a look. It's going good. Just having some fun. I mean, what do you think of the packages, Cindy? Sorry, John, I just haven't had time to open it yet, actually. So apologies. I will do a video. I just haven't been able to have a moment really to do that. However, I will do a video soon, and I will open it. And again, thanks for sending that. John RMS says there's a bit of lag. Just let me know if that's okay so far. So would you say now is the time to buy gold and silver? Well, I mean, I always say buy the dips, and we're in a dip at the minute. Again, it's, do your own research in regards to precious metals. I wouldn't rely on YouTube channels. That is, many big. I'll go into a bit more detail, but I would say buy the dips if you can. So whatever. I mean, look at that. That would have been a great buying opportunity. You had gold of 14.52, and it went down as low as 14.21. So straight away, that was a $30 gain just in 1 ounce of gold. That's just in one day. Again, if you'd sold up here, 14.52, and you'd bought at this low here, that would have been a $40 gain on an ounce. So again, we've come up a long way. We still have an ascending wedge. So this is, I always say, look at the charts, but things can change, especially when it comes to precious metals, guys. It always depends on what news is out there that affects the market. Because I was more than likely expecting silver to go up a bit more, and then I saw this article here. Gold falls from a weak high on robust US data. So we're going to take a look at that in a sec. So again, it just seems to be the only thing that seems to be happening in regards to precious metals is that it's reacting in regards to what news is out there. However, again, you buy the dips, sell the highs, and buy the dips. I mean, if I had money in gold, I'd probably try and wait for a lower price for gold personally, from my perspective. However, again, if I miss the boat and it goes up, then it goes up. But I mean, there's a lot of news out there that's going to push precious metals up. So yes, it might cost you 14.15. We might see a little bit of a drop down. However, in regards to the market out there at the minute, there's a lot of positive sentiment for precious metals. So it's a good chance that we're going to see a return rather than a dump. However, again, it just depends on the interest rate cuts at the end of the month. If that doesn't happen, then more than likely we're going to see a dump, because this is all anticipation in regards to an interest rate cut. Let's have a look. Ever seen a fish called Wanda? I certainly have, Popzilla. I think I was talking about that the other day on someone else's channel. Yeah, it was pretty good. Kevin Klein and what was that lady's name? Jamie Lee Curtis. Silver Junkie says, what time are they supposed to announce? I'm not really sure on that one. You'd have to find, you can probably Google it, but I know it's the 30th of July or the 31st, something like that will be making their announcement. Popzilla says, what is this? Hump I think week. What? That one coin collector. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Good to see you. Says, I'm not home right now, but I've left a like, my friend. I'll see you later. Well, hopefully catch you later. Graham Stacker, how are you doing? And Health Baby's here. Wow, great stuff. We've got Health Babe here as well. Popzilla says, doing well, mate. And that's towards Starbuck Jeff. Just going through the comments here. We've got that one comment that says, all right, got to go. I left my like. Awesome. Thanks very much for that. Take care, bud. See you all later. That's see your coin collector. This coin collector in. Oh, that one coin collector. Sorry, apologies. Michael Kittle Rare Coin says, thanks. That one coin collector. Hi, Michael. How are you keeping? This might be a stupid question, but is it cheaper to buy gold in Australian dollars than in US dollars? Well, as far as I know, it just goes to exchange rate. I think the US dollar in gold is higher currently at the minute. So you've got like a $2,000 Australian dollar gold versus a $1,400 US. So it all goes to bullion price. John RMS says, I'm still selling and all trading some gold bars. If anyone is interested, that's John RMS. Right, everyone, let's take a look through. So again, from a suggestion perspective, buy the highs and sell the highs and buy the dips. That's the best way. I mean, look at that. If you'd gone up from there, so that would have been the high there, $1,438 an ounce. And if you'd sold down here, it's $1,383. Wow, that's quite a substantial gain. Is that $50? $57? And then if you buy down here, that would have been a $57 gain straight up here, straight up there. And then you sell again. And then before you know it, you've got $120 profit. But again, only do it if that's something you want to be interested in. Make sure you do your research. Always invest what you're prepared to lose. Right, let's have a look at silver. Okay, silver 1640. So we are creeping back up, which is great, guys. We were at 1636. We're now, there we go. Look at that. We're seeing quite a significant green candle there. So we're getting closer to 1640. Let's have a look at platinum again. Platinum down 867. Palladium is in the red as well. Let's say $5.61. So again, it's just not really much happening on that front. It does seem to be a 20 moving average. Just taking a look at that 20 moving average there to see exactly how that was used. That was support. Broke through. That looks like support. Looks like that 20-day moving average looks like support to me. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. Right, let's get cracking with some articles here. So we got gold falls from 1 week high on robust US data. This is published today. It's by CNBC. So it says gold eased off a 1 week peak on Thursday. So robust US data. As robust US economic data outweighed the central banks, the European Central Bank's decision to hew to an accommodative monetary policy with investor focus on next week's Federal Reserve meeting. And it's just talking about gold there being down 0.6%. US gold futures fell 0.48%. Earlier, price rose as much as 0.5% to 1433, a 1 week high after the ECB left benchmark rates unchanged, with the bank's chief sounding the need for significant degree of monetary stimulus down the road. Gold sold off on the good news out of the US with the fact that they are going to be in a Fed meeting next week, said Bob Harborcorn, senior market analyst at RJO Futures. Weekly US jobless claims number fell to a 3-month low last week, pointing to strength in the labor market, while their new orders for key US made capital goods surged 1.9%. So with their manufacturing increase, that's interesting. However, these are two numbers will pass by as the day goes on, and traders will be back to being focused on the Fed next week. People want to be long heading into the meeting. Market participants are now looking ahead of the US Central Bank's July 30th, 31st monetary policy meeting, where they're expected to trim interest rates by at least 25 basis points. The current global economic headwinds and dovish tilt by central banks globally is one of the most bullish environments for gold. Analysts from the Bank of America Merrill Lynch said in a note. So obviously, like I was saying, there's a lot of bullish momentum in regards to precious metals currently at the minute. So just take that into consideration if you are thinking about getting into precious metals. Let's have a look. Buying gold with US dollars is more favorable at this point, as the exchange rate to US dollar side is side at the moment. That's Health Babe. Italian G says, I was doing great before I discovered roof damage from last year's hurricane. Oh man, that sucks. And one of my central air conditioning units also went 10K. Jeepers. Surely insurance would cover that. Michael Kittle Rare Coin says, yeah, Jeff, N coins, unless you are buying something special, the spread on buying selling gold is low. So it should be about the same no matter where you buy common bullion. There we go. That's interesting. Well, you're getting muddled, says John. Buy the highs and sell the lows. Yeah, yeah, that's right there, Gramstack. Kind of reminds me of that the Mad Money game, how to lose the money the quickest, or something like that. If you guys remember that, Mad, I had like a board game of it. Be the same thing as doing stocks. Buy on the highs and sell on the lows. Too late for insurance now, apparently. Yeah, that's a pity there, Italian G. Force, what do they call it? Force majeure. Is that John RMS? Okay, I was thinking of my wife's cousin who lives in Australia. I was thinking having him buy some gold coins, and I'll give him the money when he arrives. So I suppose it depends on appreciation. Try to compare price in Australian dollar and US dollar for the same coin. Do a currency conversion from one to the other. You can figure out the best deal. That's Health Babe. John RMS says euro rose more, as did the US dollar. British pound fell more than gold. Well, that's Boris. Old Boris Johnson's in charge there now. I reckon that was a setup. You know what I mean? They put they put that lady in charge for a bit, sort of soften everybody up, so that they demand someone who's actually going to, give them the necessary action they deserve. And of course, he just balls it straight in. He didn't even appear on majority of the debates. Boris Johnson. It just goes to show how fixed politics is. Honestly, such a joke. Democracy in politics doesn't exist. The S&P says, hey, everyone, I decided to silver plate myself. I want to look like the Tin Man. I'm sure I'll be worth more than $2,500 pour sold on eBay. Are you still going on about that, S&P? Move on, will you? John Armour says we were at 1 to 117 to the euro, now at 1 to 111. Wow, that has off, Boris. That's John RMS. I'm telling you, that was fixed, man. Jeez, it's a waste of time following British politics. The global economic headwinds and dovish tilt by the central banks globally is one of the most bullish environments for gold. The US central bank disappoints on rate cuts. Gold could decline quickly, so that's why I said just watch out for that. With volatility potentially exacerbated by the elevated long positions. Among other precious metals, spot palladium edged up 0.1%, while platinum slid 0.5% after touching its highest in nearly 3 months early in the session. Gains in platinum were due to bargain hunting, as it is cheaper than gold by about $550, with traders taking the opportunity to narrow the wide spread between the two. RJO's Habercorn added. Silver slid 0.6% to $16.50 per ounce. It has gained about 16% since a near 6-month low at $14.25 hit in late May. The key elements that is fueling the recent rally in silver was the stretch levels of gold to silver ratio, which suggested to many traders that silver was cheap relative to gold. It looked like silver was cheap relative to gold. Yep. Julius Beer, an analyst Carsten Manx added that profit taking was now occurring, and that's probably exactly what we're seeing right now. Right, so that's gold falls from a 1-week high on robust US data. That's published by CNBC. We'll look at this one here. This is silver. Should pause at 1675 before next rally starts. Yeah, Tony G says low expectations with help Boris will help Boris. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They've really put the expectations on that being really low. S&P says euro is used for toilet paper. Bought a roll at the dollar store. You can probably get US dollar this side too. John RMS says greed. Healthbabe, yes, it is a waste of time on politics, infinite nonsense, and cause us to be sick. John RMS thinking it's funny. Crypto backed by silver coming soon. Yeah. Healthbabe says focus on finance and biochemistry are more productive for me. Starbuck Jeff says, okay, well, thank you for all the great information. I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you guys around. Well, thanks very much, Starbuck Jeff. I'll see you hopefully on the next episode tomorrow. Take care, my friend. It's good to see you. S&P, yes, it's called S&P coin. Right, silver should pause at 1675 before the next rally starts. Let's have a look. Silver, 1640. Let's head it up. Our advanced Fibonacci price modeling system is suggesting that the current silver rally may be nearing a point where the price will pause and retrace a bit before advancing further. The incredible breakout rally over the past few weeks in silver was a real surprise for many investors. This is by Chris Vermeulen from FX Empire. The sleeping shiny metal that everyone thought was dormant broke well above the 1550 level on a huge volume and continued to rally to levels near 1665. We published some incredible research regarding the longer-term potential for precious metals, specifically the potential for silver as the gold and silver ratio continues to decline. Please take a minute to read this research. Post part 1. If you want to click on that, this is the article here, FX Empire. We believe the upside potential for silver is at a minimum, targeting $26 to $34 at a minimum. Jeez, I'd be happy with 26. Who wouldn't be happy with $26 or $34 an ounce? Jeez. Targeting 26 and 34 for an immediate upside price objective. Overall, longer term, we believe silver could rally well above the $50 as the gold and silver ratio falls to levels below 65. Wow, imagine that, $50 silver. Jeez, I'd be seriously happy with that. This daily silver chart highlights the Fibonacci price modeling system and shows you the price that has already reached the upside price objectives for this current expansion leg. Sometimes price may rally beyond these levels, but we believe that the recent pause in the rally suggests the price will rotate lower to levels near $16 before attempting another upside rally leg. We've highlighted that we believe this will happen in an arrow, with the arrow on the chart, and we believe the next leg higher will align closer to the early August timeframe. Wow, geez, they're really expecting this to move pretty much by next week. So here we go. We've got the 1660 level down there, which is what we saw the other day. So let's go back to the silver chart. Right, so what we saw the other day was we saw this occur. It's 1632. Okay, and then we had this one here. That was 1615. That was it. And then we've had another rally up, a bit of selling, and then we're down at that level. So that's 1617. And this was the 23rd. This is a couple of days back. So again, that could be that maneuver there, and then we're going to start seeing an upward trend. But it'd be great to see silver over $17, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Anthony says the silver spot price does not look good today as it fails to maintain at above the resistance level. Yeah, but I do agree with you there. I'm going to have another look in a sec. That was like John laughing about S&P. Anyone want to buy some IOUs from me? I think you'll have a hard time selling them, S&P. Silver was used to turn on God. I don't remember reading in the Bible God being turn on with gold. John RMS says silver limey, health babe, Graham, etc. Got to go. Have a great evening or day wherever you are. Remember, please hit that like or the thumbs up for lemonade. Thanks, John. I'll do a video soon though on that I'll open that letter for you, and I'll do the video as well. But thanks for that, my friend. Guido, hey Guido Stackens here, man. He says he wants a $14 silver. I reckon those days. I wouldn't say they're for the near to medium term. I don't think we're going to see it, but it'd be interesting to see. Well, at least for volatility perspective, is we need to see a higher price silver, because with lower priced silver, the more volatility that comes into the market. So personally, from my perspective and the longevity for silver in the future, it's really got to be at a higher price. Where is the love button? Apparently, Don't think they do one. I think it's just a thumbs up for them. Cheers, John. Take care, my friend. Where is that button? Okay, buddy. Have fun. Hi and bye to Guido. Okay, I'm not won't probably go into this too much more because this is, again, it's just going about momentum support levels. But let's have a look. This weekly chart also highlights our Fibonacci price modeling system. Yet it shows longer-term price modeling results. Overall, the CYAN level near 1665 is acting at our first level of moderate price resistance. We believe the support from the previous price peak drawn at the magenta line will act as a support. Okay, so where are we about here? I don't know, that's kind of low. Must be this one here. Okay. And the price will rotate between current levels and the support level before forming a momentum base and attempting to move higher, targeting the $18 to $18.50 level. Geez, I'd love to see that $18 silver. I'm just going to move straight on to concluding thoughts. In short, we should be starting to get a feel for where stocks are headed, along with the precious metals for the next 8 to 24 months. Next step is knowing when and what to buy and sell as the turning points take place, and this is the hard part. If anyone wants some guide through detailed, okay, he's obviously, so you can join him and see his detailed analysis, which we're not really going to be interested in. All right, so that silver should pause at 1675 before next rally starts. That's with Chris Vermeulen from FX Empire. All right, well, I mean, silver seems to be moving back up. Health Babe, because it was at 1635, and then we're now back at the 1640 level. So I think the bears have sort of spent whatever they can, and now the bulls are now moving up. So let's have a look here. Let's see, where are we going to see resistance here? 1648. We're currently at resistance right now, actually. However, there's too much momentum for this. I think it's going to just go through it. We'll have to get over that 1650 level again. Silver Limey, sell. Gold needs to go down $50, $50 day for a week. Why not just buy platinum, Health Babe? Why not just buy platinum? Who's actually got platinum or has bought platinum recently? Let's have a look at the platinum charts. Oh, there we go. We've got a green wick forming now. $869. The silver to platinum ratio. Check this out, guys. This, to me, I'm very interested in this. The silver to platinum ratio. Look at that, guys. The current ratio is 52. So 52 ounces of silver to an ounce of platinum. Look at that, 5-year high was 78.34, and you've got a 5-year low of 50. So again, if you look at the current ratio where it is now, it's an extremely good buy to consider getting some platinum with some silver, especially where I think more than likely platinum prices are going. And if you guys watched yesterday's reports, I had some great articles in regards to platinum and the projected prices that some institution had come in. So if you guys haven't seen that, in the description you'll see the previous link to yesterday. Well, you'll see the link there for yesterday's video. Make sure you watch that, because I think this could be worth considering. Let's have a look. Not sure. See if it can maintain its trend within these few days. Well, I'll be looking forward. I'll be looking at the next few hours rather than a few days. But yeah, I see your point. DB Stupid, excellent, man. How you doing? He says, if I bought platinum, it would have to be an ETF. Graham Stacker says, Limey, do you think we should continue to buy silver or wait for the correction? Well, we've just had a correction here. Pretty much, we've had a correction here from 1665 all the way down to 1634. So that's about a 30-cent. It's about a 30-cent drop. What's that? 10% is 30 cents. That's 2% or something like that. 2% down, and then the bulls now, they're coming back in, and hopefully we can get that price up. So it would have been great to have probably bought in this area here. Again, just buy the dips, guys, because you don't want to buy up here, because otherwise you'd be 30 cents down straight away. Stay that, so yeah, so hopefully that assists you with your for the correction. Again, it all see as well, like also taking into consideration we've got the interest rates could be changing next week as well. So again, it's too close to consider, you know, because more than likely that momentum is going to feed into this, and we will start seeing this up. It'll probably start ticking up higher and higher as we get closer to that day. Health Babe says, I stay disciplined for my target, not buying at this moment, says Health Babe. She's very disciplined. Like I'm very disciplined with Bitcoin at the minute. I placed an order a month ago and it was so close to the trigger point. Lovely. I like it, Health Babe. Guido Stackers, Graham Stacker. Jody Rhodes, man, how you doing? Gold has a strange day also. Yeah, precious metals in general. DB Stupid says, I like platinum at $800, but I was busy paying down my debt load. Awesome. Well, pay down the debt load first. Absolutely. Donald in New Mexico, how are you, man? Jeepers, that's fantastic. It's good to see you. Please hit the like button, everybody. Just let me know that you're happy with the content. We've got Donald says, hi, Limey. Hi, everyone. I thought we were going to have another face reveal last night with Yankee. Oh, really? Oh, what, did he slip up almost? DB Stupid said, if I had bought gold at that moment, I'd be better off right now. Silver Fun and Green Thumb, man, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. I'll have to watch the video. I didn't notice it. I've been on the fencing of making a decent platinum purchase. Well, I'll tell you what, go and take that. Again, that is just the information that's out there, and the institutions that are projecting these prices, and I think they're fairly reserved. There's a couple there that we've already beaten out those prices, so it's very interesting to find out in regards to platinum. Jody Rose says, still feel like a strong manipulation during the day. Hey, Jody, everything's manipulated these days, man. Donald in New Mexico says, doing fine, Limey. Awesome. Yo, Guido, thanks for the package and the stickers. Awesome. Silver Fun there. Got some stuff from Guido. Health Babe, Jody Road, yes, it is from the paper market. The big short sell at the early mornings. There you go. Right, so silver's up 16.40. It's currently up 5 cents in the last hour. Okay, so let's just check in with gold. Gold still mid-teens. It's back in that sort of downtrend. 14.15, $1,415 an ounce. Platinum at $868. Okay, so red candles forming again. Silver still pushing on through. Right, let's have a look at some crypto now, guys. We had an interesting evening yesterday for those that have been looking at this. Yesterday we had a breakout over here. Now I'm not really sure on what sort of level. Oddly enough, to me it didn't seem like there was enough news to push this breakout, so I'm thinking this is a bear flag. Only reason why I say that is we've had multiple attempts at breaking this descending resistance line, and whenever we've broken through, we've immediately dropped down, and then we've done that maneuver again, try to break through again, smack down, and then on the last attempt we dropped down to about 9.5. To me, I don't see how the support at that 9.5 level has created all this buying. So I personally almost feels like a whale has come back in and bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin currently, and then we had a bit of a dump here as well at some point today. But again, we're in a tight range resistance level here of about 10k, and we're currently on that. We're currently under that at 9,985. So I'd be very curious. I'd have to see more action in regards to the way this is performing before I would have buy anything, because if we do see a drop, it's going to be a big one. I mean, in yesterday's video, I put all the resistances. I don't really want to go over that again, but the resistance levels and the support levels and sort of my indication where we were sort of headed based on support for Bitcoin. So again, you know, we might see a staggered decrease. Depends, but if we're constantly getting rejected at this level, then we have to drop lower in order to gain support again and attempt to try and break that 10 mark. Because of this, at these levels, look at the volume, just hardly any volume as well. And what I've done is I've also checked out the crypto market cap, and of 24-hour volume just seems to be dropping, which is a concern, because generally when the price drops, that means that there's more than likely going to be a drop in the price. So it was at 55 there. We're going to check now. So even though cryptos are in the green today, I'm still precarious in regards to where this is going. So there we go. We're at 55 and now at 54.5 billion dollars in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance at 64.6. Market cap is 276. Money did come in yesterday, hence where we saw that spike over here. So again, I'm not touching this currently. I'm not comfortable putting money into this yet. I'm still expecting some form of pullback. I just don't think it's this. To me, it just doesn't make sense. Just out of the blue. Anyway, sorry. Let's check the chat here. Everything is manipulated when central banks are touching it. Yep. Hence why cryptocurrency, well, at least central banks aren't in charge of it. Health Babe says, Graham Stacker it is. Think about the cause of the hype on gold spot in the past month and a half. Again, yes, there was a great article there, Russia, in regards to Russia's, and I see Celibate Metal also posted it in regards to Russia's gold reserves. Graham Stacker says, sold all my platinum last month. Should have waited, man, Graham. Graham Stacker, I'm still holding mine. There we go, Health Babe, still holding. We'll buy more when it crashes. Yeah, Health Babe's waiting for this the sort of unicorn price for platinum currently at the minute. Graham Stackers, yeah, it wasn't a smart move. Should have hung on to it. Depends what you did with it, I suppose, Graham. Jody Rhodes says, what kind of weights are you lot buying in silver? That's Jody just asking the question out to everybody. At the moment, my silver buying is pretty limited, mainly because of what's happening in the market right now. That we've got a nice rally. I'd rather wait and buy on the pullback. So I've got enough at the minute. The exchanges are the central banks in the exchanges are the central banks in Bitcoin. That is a good point there, Jody. But again, they can't really manipulate it. RPM Limited, been home an hour, and our last only been told my postman came. 1 kilogram silver Geiger bar. Man, that's awesome. Jeez, that's fantastic, the RPM. Does anyone else have one? Jeez, a 1 kilogram Geiger bar. Hey, US Silver Stacker, man, how you doing? Jeez, good to see you. Gave him a shout out in the last weekly shout outs. Definitely check out his channel if you guys are not subbed to US Silver Stacker. Healthbase says, I like the unicorn. Jody Rhodes says, Coinbase can and do you trade while their website is down? I don't use Coinbase myself. I use them. I've got a Coinbase account set up, but I use that as an intermediary account. So in case I need to transfer, I'll transfer through them to another account. Graham Stacker says, yeah, Health Babe, I'm working on it. US Silver Stacker says he is doing extremely well. Awesome. Right, let's get to it now. So, okay, Bitcoin, just I think that 10K is going to be too strong currently where it is now. It broke through it, it's come back down. So for me, this is alert status. Let's have a look. So just to double check, guys, the silver platinum ratio is looking really good. 52 ounces of silver to one platinum. If you'll find someone interested in doing that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, there was something I was going to look up. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, I'll have to come back to it. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum's looking pretty interesting today. We've also had a breakout. It's in a fairly green zone, which is very, very interesting. So we had obviously a spike and also drop all the way down to 201, where it bounced back and it's through that resistance level on the daily. However, is it strong enough to maintain these levels? It did try to break higher. 226 was rejected, and it's currently at $221 per token. Right, where we are now is we are in a fairly strong zone. We haven't got there yet, but we will be. I tell you what, Ethereum, once the momentum goes, it's gonna go, because we're moving straight into buying territory, and more than likely it's gonna move quick. So I've still got some Ethereum currently at the minute. Let's look at the hourly. I think John RMS, he dropped out there. He said he's done fairly well out of Ethereum. Okay, there's the hourly. Again, pretty much that's our descending wedge. Broke through here, breakout. However, it's dropped, but again, it's pulled back up again. Whereas if you look at Bitcoin, it's dropped and it's just sideways momentum. So if we pull up the Bitcoin again, there we go. We're just not seeing that sort of activity. However, what does Ethereum like to do? It likes to follow Bitcoin. So there we go. We got a red candle there forming now, that just formed now in a really large red. We're going to see which way this is going. We're currently over our 20-day moving average. That could now be support. I don't know, we'll have to keep an eye on that, because if it hit that 20-day moving average, then shot back up. That it's just hovering above it and it's maintained it. That hit it and it's gone back up. So maybe the 20-day moving average could be support now. Who knows? I'll have to double check. It's been used for support in certain areas here. We'll keep an eye on that. That's a 20-day moving average. Hey, Clinton S, man, how you doing? It's good to see you. Graham Stacker, it took me a couple of years to get that down. Sometime I still fail to stay disciplined. Apparently, that's how, babe. I'm so pissed I missed that $17 pandas and $18 cooks from Providence. Well, they must have had some deal there, Silver Fun. That's pretty good. That's pretty good prices for pandas, man. The pandas tend to be quite expensive on this side. Graham Stacker says I've done good with my silver, just not good with gold and platinum. But I'll tell you, well, things will be changing soon. I'm pretty sure of it. Right, Health Babe says, Graham Stacker, I'm the opposite. My silver portfolio has the worst performance by far relative to others. Clinton S, man, what's going on, Silver Limey and everyone? I hope you're all well. I hope you're feeling pretty good today, Clinton. Thanks for asking, buddy. Silver Fun says, have a great day, guys. I'm just listening now. Well, no problem, Silver Fun. Keep listening. Thanks very much. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Clinton S doing well. Silver Limey, I hope you are well too. Absolutely. Right. Litecoin is a very interesting one. This one I'm following with interest. Now, interesting enough, Litecoin is having a bit of a difficult day. It's in the red, but it's above the resistance line. But what we might see is it turn to support, very much like what happened with Bitcoin. So if we look at Bitcoin on the descending resistance line, what happened was we had this adjustment. It's then bounced off it straight up. And now we're in this sort of floating above this sort of zone here. But like I said, just be cautious on that. We're under the 10K. I want to show you a funny article here that I'm sure you guys will enjoy. To me, it's just, I'm sure the guy's excited about, seeing Bitcoin over 10K when it was earlier. But he was adamant that it was going up higher, like straight away. I just thought it was funny. I've got it here. We're going to take a look at it. So if we have a look at Bitcoin here, or Litecoin, that's it on the daily. So it's broken through its descending wedge, but again, it's very, very close. So again, we had our first attempt there, massive buying. Look at that, straight up to 97, smacked straight down again. Then obviously built up, sold off, and it just pulled back underneath that, and then bounced off resistance to create support now. And then we're up at this level here, went as high as 96, and now we're trading about $94 per token. So Litecoin definitely one to watch. We got the Litecoin halving, which I've mentioned in yesterday's video, coming up next month. So basically means half the supply and half the reward. So the reward will be half to miners, and then there'll also be half the supply as well. So it'll be an interesting one to watch. That is Litecoin. Just checking the chats. Not buying pandas anymore. Just don't trust any made in China products. That's interesting. Well, I suppose it depends on where you buy it. Blimey, I traded my platinum for silver. Graham, I probably would have kept the platinum, but just mainly because I suppose you can always trade it back, man. You got a 52-to-1 ratio currently at the minute. If you wanted to consider it, I mean, I'd try and diversify your portfolios. If you've got, I mean, essentially when I started, it was just silver. Now I got gold. I got gold and silver. Now I want platinum. So all you're doing is diversifying, and what you're doing is you're reducing the risk. Because if you have all your money in one asset, you're literally banking on that asset to do well. So when it isn't doing well, you've got your other metals that are doing well. If you had your spread, if you incorporate gold and platinum into your spread, then on your losses of silver could be reduced by having gold and platinum there to sort of break those losses. So I always believe in a bit of diversifying, and it just reduces the amount of risk, and therefore it just maintains you making money rather than just having everything in one. But you got some gold, so fair play to you. Healthbabe says, "Oh, that diluted down version." Geez, we got 15. Thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate the viewers in the chat. It's great to see it. Apparently, Healthbabe says she wants a unicorn or a cat coin. Well, I think the cat coin is Celibate Metals round. His original round had a cat on it. Healthbabe says most of the premium on platinum coins are. I know. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. They are very high. I suppose it's comes with the territory, but if you can try and get platinum the spot price. I don't know if you guys try. Do you guys try let's say gold brokers or pawn shops and stuff like that for any gold? Because essentially they'll just buy at a gold price. Whatever the gold price is, they'll pay you for it. So it's you could look at doing something like that. Gram stack at 52-to-1 isn't too bad. Yep, it isn't too bad at all. However, you need to find an LCS that'll do that exchange. I'm sure there probably would be. Jody Rhodes says it's good time of the day to listen in. Awesome, thanks there, Jody. Healthfix says I refer to crypto, but I do have celibate brands. There you go. Graham Stacker says Healthbabe is your platinum. Is your platinum all in coins? Pawn shops in the US are a big rip-off, apparently. Says Healthbabe. Here I'm pretty limited to what I can see. Right, let's get stuck into this. Right, we've got our tokenomics video that I'll play shortly. So if you guys missed part 1, you'll have to watch yesterday's video. This is an interesting site. It's by Block Geeks, and they give you guides in regards to cryptocurrency. So what is Bitcoin? It'll go into a 3 minutes. I think it's a three minute. So this is a 4-minute video, and it'll go into how tokens how their value is determined. So this is part 2. So I urge you guys to watch part 1. But again, the link for yesterday's video is there. You can go through it. You can click on it. Otherwise, you can go straight to blockgeeks.com here, and then you can find out more about cryptocurrencies. So we'll have a look at that video shortly. And then we've got 2 articles that I want us to have a look at. The first one is this. This is the funny one I'm talking about. This is, Bitcoin broke the 10K this morning. It's now under 10K currently, based on this chart here. It's currently 9994, and I suspect that 10K is now, it looks like 10K is like resistance, because it's been trying to get through it, and it just keeps getting pulled down. That at some point it's got to move down in order to go up. So if we have a look at this article, this is what I like to laugh about. It says $10,000 milestone $10,000 milestone in rearview mirror. He says like it's gone. Bitcoin's moving on. Bitcoin now focusing on 11K. I think Bitcoin's focusing on trying to get over that 10K at the minute, rather than looking at the 11,000 mark. This is John Isage, and this is CoinGate, the Internet of Money. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's up, but I mean, Let's have a look. It says 10,000 milestone in rearview mirror. Bitcoin now focusing on 11,000. Bitcoin breaks the painful downtrend to resurface above 10K. I think it's still a powerful resistance level to a degree. So he seems to think it's no problem. Done and dusted. The avalanche of selling pressures appear to have found anchorage at the formidable support areas between 9.4 and 9.6 after a Bitcoin price retreated from 11,000 and the bears continued to force the price past critical levels. The struggle to defend the 10K support area this week failed incredibly, and sellers ravaged through the support and extended the losses towards 9,500. Meanwhile, the recovery that occurred following yesterday's support broke the painful downtrend. I agree. Yes, it did break the downtrend. The BTC smashed through. Apparently, it smashed through the 50 SMA, the 1 hour chart, and was well at the critical level of $10,000. Bitcoin tried and failed to conquer the resistance at the 100 SMA, which is the moving average, simple moving average. However, a break was just occurred at 10,100, and that was pretty much where it's been. And then, of course, it collapsed. It collapsed not that far from when this guy's article came out. Let's have a look. There we go. It was basically that if he'd waited an hour, it would have been more accurate and probably would have held off posting this this article. At least my thoughts on that. What do you guys think? Who's that? Clinton? Are you off, man? Cheers, Clinton. Take care, buddy. Class begins, says Health Babe. Graham Stacker, yes, most of mine are within 8%. I usually wait till sale goes on. Right, so there's the 1 hour. So literally where that little green spike is exactly where that was. And then we had a huge sell off after that. Technically, Bitcoin has had an immense distribution of support areas, which means there is a high chance that Bitcoin will thrust past the critical 11,200 resistance in the coming sessions. The ability to sustain tremendous gains on Thursday relies on the prevailing technical levels. Yeah, I don't think it is in sight just yet. For instance, the moving average convergence or divergence crossed into a positive region during the Asian session today. The current bullish divergence persuades the buyers to increase their positions. Another key signal upward correction is to see the 50 SMA close the gap towards the 50 SMA. As far as support is concerned, 10,000 is not reliable. Absolutely. Therefore, it's essential that the bulls pull Bitcoin above 11K on the downside. If the reversal inches through 10K, then 9.6 and 9.4 is a rock solid support areas. He says here, bullish divergence, the positive things continue to surge. Again, we're not going to go into that. So he's pretty much sure that they're the support areas. However, he's obviously said it's, one thing I don't understand here, he's got support areas 10, 9.8, 9.4, 9.6, and he's got hurdles at 10.2, 10.6, and 11. However, his title states that Bitcoin's, hey, it's no problem. We sailed through 10K, so it's in the rearview mirror. But clearly that isn't a fact, and especially at the end, he just contradicted his report there by adding these support areas in. But I suppose you've got to be realistic. And when he posted it, but we were both above these areas, or we were above the 10,100. I just found that interesting, an article anyway. Where's the money going today? I don't understand it. All markets are down. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I think the S&P was down as well. Graham Steger says, I can be an advisor. Health Babe, money doesn't always go somewhere else. How much leverage is there in the market? Good point. Graham Stacker's having a laugh there. Right, let's look at this next one. There will be a sudden influx of Bitcoin investors. This was posted today again. Billy Bamrow is the contributor for Forbes. This crypto and blockchain. I write about how Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain can change the world. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency traders are keenly waiting for the next wave of investors to enter the space, with many expecting them to send the Bitcoin price soaring, or if they do arrive. The Bitcoin price, which has been rallying hard so far this year, was plateaued at around 10,000 per Bitcoin as traders nervously await regulatory action to Facebook's much hyped Libra project. Now, new research from digital currency asset manager Grayscale Investments have found that more than a third of US investors would consider buying Bitcoin, representing a potential market of more than 21 million investors in the general population. So since its introduction in 2009, Bitcoin has steadily grown in popularity and today has expanded its reach to the broad mainstream audience, the report authors wrote. Investors are constantly looking for new ways to diversify their portfolios as traditional assets and markets have begun their move to more closely in sync with one another. Increasingly savvy investors recognize that Bitcoin and other digital currencies may have a unique investment characteristic that provides diversification far beyond the basic 60-40 bond portfolio allocation. The number of retail investors in Bitcoin and crypto space has remained surprisingly steady over the last year, despite expectations that an institutional investment has been growing. Elsewhere, the survey found a significant crossover between Bitcoin investors and gold investors. Some 69% of investors interested in Bitcoin see gold as a good investment. That's probably all of us. Versus the 55% of all investors, and 65% say that they're definitely or probably would invest in gold versus 41% of the general pool. These investors are more comfortable than average with gold risks, while about 2/3 of all investors see gold as a medium risk investment. That number falls to 59% amongst investors who are interested in Bitcoin. Nearly a quarter of Bitcoin-friendly investors see gold as a low risk versus just 18% of the general population. So what have we got here? Bitcoin versus gold investors assess. So what we got here? We got high risk. We got low risk down here. Investors interested in Bitcoin up here, more to the high risk. Investors uninterested in Bitcoin, more to the low risk. The survey quizzed 1,100 people in the US and also found those who were interested in Bitcoin also more likely to keep up with the financial news. So obviously people there just keeping an eye on the market to make sure their investment is going up, I suppose. So DB Stupid says, bye all, I'm heading to the doc's office with the kids. Time for an annual checkup for the sports world. Cheers, DB Stupid. Thanks very much for dropping in. Good to see you, buddy. Take care. It's a very strange day as many traders like to trade in a volatile market. Yep. Well, I'm definitely not one of them. In fact, less than a quarter of uninterested investors were surveyed, read Forbes, and the number rises to 49% when we consider investors open to Bitcoin. This trend held true across all financial media, showing that Bitcoin interested investors are more likely to be well read. Okay, so pretty much majority of anyone looking at buying Bitcoin is pretty much well read into its technology. I saw an interesting article there as well. I'm going to just bring it up. I think it was on the Bitcoin screen. It said something like there's a Bitcoin price prediction or something. So I'm going to see if I can find that in a sec, and then we'll play that video. Actually, it might be on Litecoin. Let's take a look. It might have been Litecoin. Sorry, just going to go through this, see if I can find that article again. Okay, we're going to leave that. Right, so let's get stuck to this video. Right, this is tokenomics part 2. So we had part 1 in yesterday's video, so you guys are welcome to click the link in the description there, and then we can watch that. So along with 79 and all, do you think that the Queen's Beast series still has its momentum? Will you continue the Queen's Beast series? I will certainly keep. I'll certainly keep it going. I think someone was saying there that they're probably going to introduce a. I heard a 1 ounce possible series, but I don't know. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I heard that as a rumor. But I probably would continue watching it. Right, guys, let's check this out. You won't hear anything from me, but I will type in the description. So let me know if the volume is okay. Several of the aspects. The token design that impact its value, how it was built, Okay, just going to pause it for a bit. I've got a bit of an internet issue here. Yeah, the internet's a bit slow here. Okay, just going to pause that for a second. We're going to try and see if we can get that to speed up. Twisted are racing. Hey man, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Thanks very much for watching. Where it was built, what type of token it is, and so on. Okay, I'm going to refresh this. In part one. Okay, there we go. That's better. Several of the aspects of token design that impact its value. How it was built, where it was built, what type of token it is, and so on. To finish off our tokenomics discussion, we'll explore a couple of new concepts and how tokens can actually produce different types of value. So after everything from the last video is done, the token has been created and distributed in whatever form and function you desire. There are still a few more considerations in how to support the economy of the token as it grows. Token velocity is how often your tokens are moved within the network. A high token velocity often drives down the value of the token, as it is frequently being passed around and liquidated. This does not mean that a high token velocity is bad. It's just a consideration when designing a token ecosystem. If your token is primarily a means of exchange like many cryptocurrencies are, chances are the high token velocity will keep the value relatively low. People typically don't use assets worth thousands of dollars to buy coffee with. They use fast, easy, and low-risk methods. In the past, that's been a physical currency like US dollars. It's prolific and easy to use. It has a high velocity, and each unit or dollar is fairly low in value. The alternative, something with low velocity, would be a store of value like gold. Going to the coffee shop and shaving a piece off your gold bar for a coffee would not only be funny, it would be short-sighted. Imagine that. It's held onto because it's rare, it's high in value, and it tends to increase in value. It has a low velocity. So depending on how you want your token to be valued, think about how you can impact your token's velocity. If you want a high-velocity token that makes commerce fast and easy, then that's fantastic. But don't be surprised if its value ends up resting at a fairly low level. Many projects aim to lower their token velocity through concepts like staking or token burn. Staking rewards users for putting their coins in a validation pool. This takes them out of day-to-day transaction use and thus reduces the velocity. Token burn can happen a number of ways, but a popular way is to burn a tiny amount in every transaction. In this way, the supply is constantly dropping, meaning with every transaction, the coin gets a tiny bit more rare. In theory, the rarer the token, the more valuable it becomes, and so users are incentivized to hold their tokens. Another factor to consider is the overall distribution of your token. A healthy ecosystem typically has a lot of different token holders with a relatively even distribution of the supply across them. If a large percentage of your token is held by a few people, those people hold a tremendous amount of power in determining its value. If someone with 30% of your total tokens decided to begin a huge sell-off, your network's value would plummet. That amount of supply on the market would make your token effectively worthless. Try to look for ways to ensure that your token gets into as many hands as possible. A lot of this boils down to marketing and your ability to get as many people on board with your project as possible. But other methods that can help are airdropping coins to thousands of different users, or hard capping the number of coins you can buy in an ICO sale. All this being said, we can think of the overall value of each token as the sum of two main parts: its intrinsic value and its speculative value. A token's intrinsic value is gained from how well it does what it set out to do. This is tied into many of the decisions we covered earlier, like if it's a fungible token or not, if it's a utility token or not, is it building off the network effect of another blockchain? So, if you set out to make a currency, is it a currency? Does it function well as a currency? Are people using it? If so, then your token holds some intrinsic value. The system is well designed, people can see that, and so they purchase the token and use it. Speculative value is gained from people who are trying to project the future value of a project or token. This type of value is great if you're looking to make some quick money, but can be hazardous to the well-being of a network. Speculation ties into some of the decisions we made earlier as well. Like, are you burning tokens to reduce the supply and increase the demand? Have you generated all the coins that will exist from the start, or will more continue to be produced through mining? Speculative value is partially tied to a token's intrinsic value, but is also tied to economic decisions like these. If your token is inflated by speculative value, you should be prepared to see that value drop significantly when speculators begin to sell off once they get to their preferred profit range. So there you have it, our two-part crash course on tokenomics. Creating the right kind of token is an incredibly complex topic with many different nuances and decisions. We hope this guide served as a good introduction to why token valuations are what they are, and how you yourself can design effective token networks. Thanks for watching. Right, yeah, that's an interesting way. It actually reminded me of a specific token which I'm actually holding. So it was great to actually find out. It was great to find out in regards to how its value is determined through its essential. If we take it back here for the token being used.
How to support the economy if the token as it grows. Token velocity is how often your tokens are moved.
Token velocity.
A high token velocity often drives down the value of the token.
So when we talk about token velocity, then it's the sort of speed that it goes through, and what there's a particular token which I hold, and the speed is very high. What we're saying there is that velocity could have an impact in regards to its intrinsic value. Sorry, there's a question there. What is intrinsic value? Is he talking about? He's talking about the actual, what creates the value of the token. So from an intrinsic value perspective, how much the token is worth. It says it has a lot of abstraction from his presentation. I don't understand. Did you watch the one yesterday, Health Babe? Cheers, Sucker for Silver. Thanks for dropping in. SJ's Mixed Adventures is here. Awesome. Hello. How you doing? SJ's. I'll put the link in the description there as well, Health Babe, so you can go and click to that, and you can go and see their website. And there's plenty more videos for you to take a look at. I just don't have time to go through it with you right now. Yes, but I forgot already. Well, the link is there. You can check these. You can check these guys out. Let's take a look through. Right, so let's have a look again at Bitcoin. Right, we're still nowhere. Slow, very slow. We're back below 10. I should say it's 9989. Litecoin is priced at 9424. Ethereum is priced at 221. 221. So precious metals, so palladium at 1531 per ounce. Gold currently $1,416. So it is starting to work its way up again. 416. Silver. What did I say? What did I say, guys? I said silver's on its way up, and look what we're seeing. We were at 1634. We're now at 1644. So again, we're making headway back up again, which is great. So 1644, 1645. Just in the last hour, we're up 4 cents, and then in the previous hour as well, we were up 6 cents. So we're up 10 cents in the last couple of hours. That's a bullish sign for me, considering we've just had this sell off here. So we're working our way back up again. I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a look at platinum. Okay, it's fairly steady, $868 per ounce. Health says thank you. Hey SJ, how are you doing? You keeping well? There was an article there. I'm going to try and see if I can get that article. There was a great article there about Bitcoin. There it is. That's the one. Hopefully I got it. Did I? Didn't get it. Okay, I think it might be. Oh, there it is. It's an interesting valuation on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's undervalued, maybe worth $358,000 by 2022. That's Pantera founder. Bitcoin price reacting from 9.5. Dan Moorhead of Pantera Capital Projects price to hit $356,000 by 2022. Pantera Capital founder Dan Moorhead in his podcast said Bitcoin is growing at a compound annual rate of 235% per year. That's massive growth, guys. At this pace, Bitcoin could be worth $42,000 by the end of the year. Meanwhile, prices are relatively calm, but roughly 2% in the last day. Fundamentals. By acting as money and a settlement layer, Bitcoin is a topic of discussion amongst politicians. All the same, considering the receptiveness of governments towards blockchain, the underpinning technology of Bitcoin fund managers are noticeably bullish. Of many, Dan Moorhead, founder of Pantera Capital, is optimistic of Bitcoin's future. Not only does he say scalability, a persistent problem for Bitcoin and other public chains, will be resolved as the network grows, but he is encouragingly adds the BTC price would increase more than tenfold in the next 3 years. In one episode of the Unchained podcast aired on July 23rd, he said, "Graph the price of Bitcoin algorithmically. Its trend is going to grow at 235% compounded." Okay, we've already said this, and it's just extrapolate that line that out of another year, it's 122,000 per Bitcoin, and then one more year, 356,000. There we go. That's his candlestick arrangement. He's funny if he's put his bears there at 7.5, which I went over yesterday. If you guys watched my yesterday's video, I sort of put my key support level at 7.5. I'm not buying currently at the minute. I'm waiting for a lower Bitcoin price. We've got support there at 9.5, which is obviously currently active. Temporary resistance is 11,200. So that's what the bears are looking for. The bears are looking for these levels. I think 5.5 is too low, but I think 7.5 you can be fairly comfortable with that. Presently, BTC is back to the green, adding 1.9% in 24 hours. Increasingly, prices are reacting from 9.5, a significant support level. In a clear bullish trend, risk-off traders can nonetheless liquidate the asset on a very high, as long as prices are trending below 11,200. This line of thought is because 11,200 is the next resistance line. The level marks the upper limit of the two conscious bears. Obviously, we've already seen that. Besides, the BTC price are trending inside the July 16 cap. I'm not going to go too much into that. It's all technical. Technical indicators as such. The July 16 bear candle is leading this trading plan. Aforementioned, the breakout above 11.2, reaffirming buyers of July 14th ought to be with trading volumes above 43,000. In such eventuality, the first bull target will be 15,000 and later 18,000. Conversely, steep losses below 9.5 will trigger a collapse to 7.5. And again, that's what I said in the previous video. Right. Sorry, I just thought I'd see that one. It just seemed like quite an, Bitcoin being worth $356,000. I think that would be that would really be something. Health Babe says $16.50 or above. There you go. I know that's resistance. Oh, damn, I just closed it. Sorry, God. Oh. Just did it again. Hang on. Mudswat, man, how you doing? Sorry, I missed your live stream last night. SJ, that's Graham Stacker. Right, let's have a look at silver again. But Mudswat, try and come into my live streams at the beginning when I go over precious metals. It's not always about Bitcoin. 1643. Right, that's where we're 15 cent down from when we for the day. So I think we're going to be pulling that up. Well, we got 1645. We're definitely going to be closing that gap. That's for sure. I like both. No worries as much. What? Not Bitcoin. Did you see yesterday's chart, Matsuat? It's been a very interesting day, or the last 24 hours on Bitcoin, or at least even in the crypto market space. Oh, look at that. We're just pushing up. Look at that. Nice green 1645. You can see this is pretty stiff resistance. That's why we're in this sort of zone at the minute. Once we get above that, I think we'll be a-okay. Graham Stanger says, "Go silver." That's what says he's okay. Awesome, man. How's your day been? You managed to have you picked up anything? No more talk about platinum. Says Graham Stacker. just trade some silver in for platinum, man. There we go, 1645. Man, we're gonna be moving up. I can sense it. I want to be above 1650 by the end of the day, or at least close to it. Gold's gone up a couple of bucks. $16.45. Right. Okay, so we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on silver. We'll go through the crypto markets. So it'd be great to see it closer to 1650 by the end of the day. I think that would put us in a good position tomorrow to push on through to 1660 by the end of the week, and then hopefully we start breaking higher next week. It'd be great to see us at about that $17 level. That's what I'd love to see for next week, and then we gear ourselves up for that interest rate cut. Next week's really going to be it's going to put us into an interesting situation that I think everyone's going to be looking forward to. Right. That's pretty much wraps up everything. I've gone through everything with you guys. We've gone through our articles together. I've mentioned the prices. We've looked at crypto. We've even seen that video as well, the tokenomics as well. I've shown you guys that. I think that pretty much wraps everything up. So I think there's just want to thank everyone for coming in as usual. It's great to have everyone here. We've got 11 I think we're up to 15 at one point. So it's always great to have you guys here, having a chat amongst yourselves as well, and of course getting involved with the charts. All of us here are pretty much passionate about precious metals, where we want to see them. We all have our distinctive goals and targets. We all want to get into something as well, which is exciting. So we always want to make sure that we buy, or we want to get into something. We're waiting for the right prices. So it all adds. Ramstack, are you holding any Palladium health, babe? Sorry, I missed it. No problem, Mudswat. But I'm normally on at about, I think, 1 o'clock US time. That tends to be my time that I'm normally on. So I just want to give some shout outs to some people here. We've got Health Babe, Graham Stacker, Donald from New Mexico. We got Mudswat. SJ's Mixed Adventures dropped in as well. Sucker for Silver. Twisted R Racing as well also dropped in, which is fantastic. In fact, I need to make sure I am subbed to that man. Just going to send him a quick sub. Yep, there we go. DB Stupid also dropped in. He had to go. Clinton S was here as well. Jody Rhodes. Some good people in here. Silver Fun, Green Thumb as well. He was in. And US Silver Stacker. There we go. That's where we're going to leave it. Hope I've got everyone there. Guys, thanks again. It's always great to see you guys. And I'll see you all next time.